So apparently this is a known issue with GM or Chevy trucks or whatever. A leaking antenna, which is basically this thing right here. So the first thing you're gonna want to do kind of got stuck. These right here, there's 2 tabs. You just pop these back, get a tool, a pry tool, like this. Pop these tabs. There's a tab here, a cover. There's a cover here that goes right on top. There's one right here you want to pop. And then you basically want, for these bolts, you want to use that 8mm socket wrench. And this is for, like I said, this is for a Tahoe, so it might be different for somebody else. All right, we have a T10 right here. This little, kind of like a star bit. This is what you use to take off. This is what you use to take off the screws here and also here. Some people go as far as taking this whole piece off, and there, I'm not doing all that. I'm just gonna reach my hand in there. Tab right here. You want to go ahead and pop this off also. Go ahead and put this pry tool in. Be careful as your airbags and stuff like that is. You can easily just kind of pop this off. I don't even pull this all the way out. I'm just pulling it enough to pull this down. So I just do it enough to pull this down. Now the socket that unplugs the antenna is slightly different. Now with me, you gotta be careful. So I have wiring here in the airbag. So make sure you're careful doing this. As you can see, I'm just pulling it down. Now, I don't know if you can see in there. I've done this one time already. There's a bolt, that silver bolt right there. Let's see if I can zoom in that joint. That silver bolt right there, we have to take off. And the washer is set a certain way, we have to put it back the same way. And then inside here, you're gonna see, if it can focus, there's 2 plugs that you need to pinch out, and that's where the new one goes. So the first thing I'm gonna do is try to unpinch these, and I'll be right back. The next bolt that you're gonna need is a, you can't even see it, but it's a 10mm socket wrench. You can see how dirty my arm was the other day. Look at that, sweating, trying to jam my arm in here. Now this is not the smart way to do it. That plug in there, right there, it was on a bracket that I kind of popped off by accident. You see it separated. It's just a hanging bracket. It doesn't need to be there. Not a bracket, but like a tab that holds it up. And I kind of separated that by accident. But I just need to unscrew this bolt, and I'll show you what happens in a second. The antenna should just pop right off. You can see water is leaking right off of there. As I'm loosening this up. Let me see. See that water coming out? Make sure you keep an eye on how this looks before you take it off or put it back together. And this comes right out. You see all that? So I already took this out thinking I could clean it. I cleaned it pretty decently, but when I took these screws off, you can see they're rusted. There was a corrosion on the electronics and some burnt marks on the board, so I already knew it was going to be bad. This black piece is actually a cover that you can take off, maybe reuse it with the new one, but you see it's dripping. Well, hopefully you see it. And if you see, it's kind of slanted in the front. It's different. The angle is not a perfect flat. It's kind of pointed to the right here. And if you notice, there's a slit here, but there's not one on this side. It's kind of confusing to me because this is the original GM part. It makes me believe that when it's tilted like this, rain goes inside that slit, but it has nowhere to exit. So what's interesting is this replacement part I have. The retail version, or the original version, is like $120, and I think to get this done at a dealership it's probably around $500–600 or something. This is a Chinese off-brand. It looks really good. It looks like it matches identically. Quality looks good. Everything looks good. I can't tell a difference in size or anything like that. I don't know what they did different. But the great thing about this one is there's no slit in the back that allows for water to get through. I don't know if I'm in focus. I don't know if I'm in focus, but they put one right here. That little notch, that little hole. And to me, water exits out here if for some reason it goes inside this channel. So some people actually have water go in their vehicle. That means that this gasket right here wasn't good or sealed tight. Mine didn't leak here, but it leaked in here, in this gasket around this electronic part. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this back in. All right, so this one, just to let you know, you're gonna have to take this bolt off. Here's the old one. Just gonna replace it all. This washer, look at how it's set. This has to go a certain way. The washer has to go this way, flat side, against the wires. It can't go this way, it has to go flatwise, and it's kind of grooves here that it'll find itself to sit inside. Okay, so this piece can't go through the ceiling. Flat piece goes towards the wire, and this piece goes towards me. It's like 3 prongs, 3 facing this way. I'm gonna just hand tighten it in the beginning. Be careful as you're tightening it that you don't shift that washer around. That's what gives it a tighter mount or whatever. If it's not correct, no matter how tight you tighten this, it won't be tight to the ceiling. I know you can't really see me right now what I'm doing. Make sure all your seals are tight right here. They can fold in, so make sure you don't fold it in when you're shifting this around. You gotta kind of hold it still while you tighten it. And these gaskets can flex and go inwards. As you can see, they're squishy on this one at least, and you can fold it by accident. So you wanna make sure the gasket is out on the outside. So I know I'm skipping stuff here, but this is pretty much if you have the red OnStar light on your antenna. Now this is on here pretty tight. I think as tight as I'm gonna get it. Beating the car up. Alright, you see, it looks factory. You can see the notch right here, so when water can come out, but it's not on this side. All right, so the only thing I gotta do now is I have to plug the wiring back in, and after that we should be good to go. And basically it's for this OnStar. I don't know if you can see right here. And we need it to be green for GPS and stuff like that. Some people even said their radio messed up and all this other stuff. Sweating right now, but I'll be back to you in a second. I had difficult. So after you do that, you just pretty much snap everything back in reverse. Look at that sweat. About to start it. Tell you about this. So far so good with the green light. Not red anymore. But we'll notice when we drive. And the calibrate still says calibrate, but that takes a second to start. Alright, what's up guys? So it's another day, and I want to give you an update on that antenna. So, grab my keys. I'm gonna give you an update on the antenna and how it works. If it held up as far as the $20 antenna goes. So let me start the car. I don't know if you heard that. That's that Corsa Sport. Let me show you this too. There's this item I want to show you. If you guys are ever working on something, there you go. You're working on something as far as filming yourself, especially maybe some car dialogue or something like that. There's this little bracket I want to show you real quick. It's better if you have a tripod head on it, obviously. So, all right. So here's a quick update on the antenna. As you can see in a second. All right, there you go. As you can see, the antenna is still green. As you can see on mine, even my compass is working. If you want to save some money, I'll put links in the description. This particular one is from, what is it? eBay, I think it is. You might be able to get it other places. But this particular one at eBay, I know it works. It worked for mine. I look at it like this: even if it failed in a year and it leaked again, it would still be worth it for the simple fact that it was only $20 and the labor was free. It's just a little bit of my time. I did it in probably maybe 30 minutes. The first time I had taken it apart, I thought I could clean it, and it kind of gave me an idea what to do the next time, so it was pretty easy. And the rubber gasket is nice and soft and flexible, so I imagine that it'll hold tight as it needs to. So I'm gonna show you this hole that I probably pointed out prior, but if you see this hole right here, this is on the end of the tip. This looks like where if water was to come out, it would leak out. And before, the original one had it right here, where it looks like if water came in, there's no way for it to escape. It's definitely a good buy. $20 shipped to me. I ended up getting it, I think it was like 2 days, I think. And it was just like normal shipping. So I definitely recommend the seller. I'll put the links in the description below. It's not an affiliate link, it's just something hopefully that can help you guys out. And that's pretty much it. So that's my review on that. Also check the next video. I'm going to post something on this quick and easy tripod holder that you can use that is very useful when you're on the go just like this and you want to film yourself, and I'll show you exactly what that is. All right, till next time.